So Snoop apologizes to Gayle and our ancestors are smiling.
Top of the morning, coming at you live and direct with a message. Two wrongs don't make no right. When you're wrong, you gotta fix it. So with that being said, Gayle King, I publicly tore you down by coming at you in a derogatory manner based off of emotions, me being angry at questions that you asked. Overreacted. I should have handled it way different than that. I was raised way better than that. So I would like to apologize to you publicly for the language that I used and calling you out of your name and just being disrespectful. I didn't mean for it to be like that. I was just expressing myself for a friend that wasn't here to defend himself. A lot of people look up to me and they love me and they appreciate me, so I want to let them know that anytime you mess up, it's okay to fix it. It's okay to man up and say that you're wrong. I apologize. Hopefully we can sit down and talk privately. Have a good day.
It's been a bittersweet Black History Month, and Gayle King's interview hasn't exactly been a highlight. Last week, Snoop publicly criticized Gayle King for questions in an interview with former WNBA player Lisa Leslie. The interview started off normal, typical questions about her friendship with Kobe, all that stuff, and then it took a turn for the worst. For no rhyme or reason, she started asking questions, sensitive questions about his integrity, about rape allegations, and you see where I'm going with this. Needless to say that Snoop and other celebrities and thousands of fans were quick to call Gayle out for her behavior, and she's been backpedaling ever since. And she took accountability for what she said, but she kind of put it off on her network and said that they had edited out her other questions, so the footage kind of appeared to be one-sided, and that if you watch the whole interview, it was balanced. Well, when people saw the whole interview, they were like, there's no need for balance. Like, why would you even mention those things in the first place? So I feel like a lot of people felt like she deserved some of the backlash, but maybe not to the degree of death threats. So these death threats were never confirmed, and it's not very clear if people were inferring that Snoop had anything to do with them. Past week, he's been doing interviews, and he's maintained that he was disrespectful. Let that be known.
Is it okay if I call him one? Funky dog hit.
But that he never threatened her life, and I agree with him.
When I said what I said, I spoke for the people who felt like Gayle was very disrespectful towards Kobe Bryant and his family. Now, with that being said, what I look like wants some harm to come to a 70-year-old woman. I was raised way better than that. I didn't want no harm to come to her and didn't threaten her. All I did was said, check it out. You out of pocket for what you're doing and we watching you. Have a little bit more respect for Vanessa, her babies, and Kobe Bryant's legacy.
Like, he did call her out of her name several times, but he also used a cultural expression. It wasn't like a literal one.
Respect the family and back off, bitch, before we come get you.
Like, I'm actually gonna go to your house now. So through this all, I've kind of seen all sides. I see the journalist pushing hard so she can get the scoop at a very devastating but timely, period in our history. She's not the only one to do it. I've seen several reporters do this, and they're famous for it. Like, do you remember when Barbara Walters interviewed Robin Givens and Mike Tyson? I might be dating myself right here, but she asked Robin to her face if Tyson had ever hit her.
He gets out of control, throwing, screaming.
Does he hit you?
He shakes, he pushes, he swings. Sometimes I think he's trying to scare me.
And other people are awarded for their curiosity, their alertness, and impartiality. And while it's important for reporters to operate with integrity, some of the biggest stories come from that nagging feeling of there's something there, even if that means breaking the rules. I see Snoop's point. He's Kobe's friend. Personally, professionally, he's protective of his legacy and what Kobe means to his friends and millions of fans. At last, the elephant in the room, there's a community of people who have been discriminated against, tortured, falsely accused, persecuted for the color of their skin. And our experiences in this country have fostered this idea that it's the responsibility of Black women to keep our mouths closed and to protect black men at all costs, even if that means we hurt ourselves or others. And I get that. I have both proudly and regrettably done this as a black woman.
Why y'all attacking us? We your people. You ain't coming after fucking Harvey Weinstein asking them dumbass questions.
And the thing about it is Snoop is like, deep down inside, all of us black folks had a grandmother or a middle school principal. And sometimes to get to a point, even though it's your job, it's just that grandmama inside you said, don't do that.
Yeah, right.
That's what it came down to me yesterday. Don't. Something about that ain't right. It don't feel right. It's not the right thing to do. Like, I don't like controversial questions on this show.
It didn't feel like CBS made her do it. It felt like she wanted to do it. Don't be doing nothing like that. We got people that look up to you, that worship you and Oprah and think y'all the greatest thing since grass, and y'all coming at black men like this. Y'all that came at Russell Simmons. Y'all did that documentary on Michael Jackson that was false. Y'all doing all false accusations on black men, but then y'all hanging out with Harvey Weinstein and Oprah's old spiritual advisor is doing jail time right now, 19 years for all kind of sex allegations, and she ain't said nothing about him.
Being a mother to 2 black sons, okay, having 5 black brothers and 1 grandson, this is a fear that I have as well. And while I understand and I acknowledge that there's a need to protect, however, I see myself as an individual. I don't always have to do that. That is not my role. And I want to be able to make those decisions when I see fit, not just because you tell me, not just because you feel that way. My heart goes out to Gayle because I feel like she's the most complex character in all of this. Like, she is so many things. She's African American, she's a woman, she's a journalist, she's a mother. She has to be so many things, and when it comes down to being true to yourself, who do you choose in that scenario? She's allowed to make mistakes because while one group may applaud her, the others may shun her. There's a group of people who thought that her interview was great. There are a group of people who are giving her the high five for what she said. And I think that compassion is necessary when you want people to be compassionate. All in all, I hope that she accepts his invitation for the sit down. I think that Oprah should be there too, because they're all very influential people, and I feel like they all need to be on the same page. Maybe they can give some cliff notes, dating myself again, of what happened. But most importantly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I want y'all all to exchange numbers. So the next time y'all get into an argument, that y'all can text each other instead of hijacking these media outlets for the next 2 weeks. Because I've been trying to find out about the coronavirus, and it's very hard to get that information. We're having to sift through the stuff about this story. Plus, I've been wanting to talk about other things, but this is hot, and this on my video counts are going up because of this. I got Facebook monetized off this subject. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts.